It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, black, 95.
You better be afraid of me. You better be.
Shock, 17.
Safe.
Blue striker.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch.
On 1st and 10, Kramer over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
No. Off. Whip.
First carry now for Pierre Strong. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Just like that. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Ready, go.
Operating from the gun. Kramer, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yep, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. A give running right is Chubb. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Watson, eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Bo Melton from 8 yards out. And the Browns are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
60 red. 60 red.
Yeah, that's what I do.
He's cracked.
They'll run out of the gun here with Strong. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
33.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Mike 54.
Bryant with a catch right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only 2 rookies to win 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done.
No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
50. Green.
Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now.
He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Out.
Ready.
On 2nd down, a run with Strong. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Mike 28.
Ready.
On 3rd down, Kramer. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Now Chubb running right. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. first down, they'll run with Chubb. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So first and 10 now from the 30. And again, it's Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now a first and 10 at the 11. Watson now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb taking it in from 2 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it first and 10. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that cloth's going to be on the ground.
Give up the middle to Strong.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ready.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it. Mike, 20.
From the gun on third down. Kramer escaping the pressure right. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Ready, ready. 10 black, black shock.
Bring it. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Ready, go.
They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Mike's 15. Mike's 15.
Handoff comes to Chubb. Oh, good move. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
15's the mic. 15.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now a give, right side. Felton. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the...
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Keon Crossan.
And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Good job. That was a great pick. Good job, guys.
On the ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
42's the mic, boys. 42. 42's the mic.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
To throw on 2nd down, Kramer. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And he's got the hook up to Landry.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
113 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. Second down, here's Chubb again. And some room to work. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. Bo Melton. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Mike, 54.
Let's go, D. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
I'm ready.
They'll start on the ground with Strong. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Watch the slant. Hey, watch the edge, watch the edge.
Watch the safety creep.
Ready.
Second down, here's Strong once more. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Well, another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Here I come.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now, that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open? And when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54.
On first down, Kramer. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
You remember me?
On second down, they'll run it here. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch 54. I got you, son. I got you, son. Bang.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch the screen.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Ready, go.
Operating from the gun. Kramer being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 31.
They run it again with Chubb. Shifts past him at the 45. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game. Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Watch the run.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's got room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
We're set. Right T.
Mike, 15. Here we go. 15.
Following the penalty, Chubb. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Browns are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check, 42's the mic. Check, 42's the mic. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz. Mike's 4-2, Mike.
Throwing again. Kramer. And he'll just get rid of it.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
Ready, set.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Let's go. Mike's 42.
Go red.
In motion comes the tight end left.
Drill green.
Mike 42, Mike 42.
To throw on 3rd down. Kramer dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay, so the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
A give. This is Chubb. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
They're running it.
Chubb will get the call running left. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 198 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Chubb will try the middle here. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A give running right is Chubb. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. 15's the line.
Now it's Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Come to my world. We want
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
Yeah, they've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so, but ordinarily, 2nd down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up 3rd down and they'll have to throw it anyway.
Flush to his right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Now Chubb running right. And he is out of bounds here. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Let's go.
Ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Yellow.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He's got it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Yeah, baby, that's ours.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now where? And that's caught by the tight end, Bryant. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player,
You go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
The Browns going to roll on as we say so long, everybody. Thanks for watching.